Hello everybody! I'm Mr. McSquare. This is the Buck-Chuckets Piglins SMP. And this is my 14th episode of this series. Welcome! So, on today's episode, I'm going to build some boats. My base here, you can see that I built a dock onto it. And a big thing with the dock is I wanted access to the ocean, which is out in that area over there. Not incredibly far away, but I had to build a giant canal to have access because my dock's out the back here. It just goes to a swamp. So I changed that. A whole lot of terraforming. And I'm not going to bore you with hours of digging dirt. I'm just going to give you the overview of what we're doing so we can get to the main part of the build, which is actually boats. So we got a nice man-made lake here. And as you can see, I've cleared a channel. It's not very deep, but it's wide enough for boats to come in. And this is what the first part looked like, and it's all finished up. First part of the channel, all kinds of texturing, and filled in with water. You can see by the hillside that there was a lot of digging to get through the hill that used to be here. But I wanted a short distance from my docks to the ocean, and I made it go around a little village feature that was here. So as you can see by the hole next to the village, I've dug out an area for a canal. A lot of the dirt got added to the village, so the village will be bigger than what it started. But hey, it's a growing community, right? And walled it in, retaining walls for decoration. Lots of space to expand the village. It's going to need, like, I don't know, dockmaster, maybe shipwright, which is a shipbuilder. And lighthouse not here, out towards the ocean more, I think. But anyway, there's a big old hole there. And now that that's all dug, which did take me more than one session to do that, it's just time to knock down the retaining walls and let all the water come in. I just find it's a lot easier to dig without the water there. So I left a thin layer, and then once the hole is done, that's when I add the water. I don't want to deal with the water while I'm digging. It's just an extra pain in the bum. So there, it's all flooded in, and we have a nice wide access channel going all the way from the ocean around the village through a little bit of swamp and to the back of my base, or the front of the base, depending on what direction you're looking at. And there we go. We have ocean access to the base from the docks. So now, if we add some boats here, it won't be completely out of place. We can get to the main part of the build today. Now, I've made this ship many times in the past. It's my Viking longship, which is perfect for upriver travel to a base. It's got storage capacity, a couple double chests, a couple of barrels. What more do you need? It's Minecraft after all. You know how much stuff you can put in a single double chest? It's huge. And don't even get me started with shulkers. But as you can see, it's just a nice longboat design that I tried to mimic off of actual historical pictures of longboats, which are they're not big colossal galleons, but they worked so well because they had a shallow draft. They were ocean worthy, but could go up rivers. Perfect for this base location. So all the materials that you need, these ships are primarily made out of dark oak. You can make it out of whatever you want. I just picked dark oak, mainly because I like the way the trapdoors look. And on the sides of the ship is a bunch of trapdoors. You'll see that shortly. So that block marks the center point, which is also where the mast is. And we come in 3 blocks. On that third block, 11 blocks long, is the keel. The keel is that center beam of of wood that the ship's skeleton is built off of. Okay. So the mast is at the middle with 5 blocks in each direction, and we can get rid of the little stem here. That's just that we had something to build off of. And for myself, I like the way the stripped dark oak looks a little bit better, so I'll just get out the handy axe and right click to strip the wood. That's 11 blocks long, center where the mast is, and then 5 out each side. And then the mast itself is 11 blocks tall. Now there's a cross beam at the top of the mast, not at the very top, but just down 1 block. And I'm going to strip it all again. And the cross beam I want 9 wide. So it's 11 long, 11 tall, 9 wide. That's 4 blocks out each side, stripped, to the mast, and then 4 more on the other side for a total of 9. As you can see, matchy matchy. Even though I built this thing, it's still nice to have my template sitting right next to me. Because even I get parts like, did I put a slab there, or a stair there, or was that a full block? And then I just go over it quickly and check my answers with the finished build. Okay. Might as well put these in now. I run a ladder up the back of the mast. And on each of my ships, I like to have a cartography table and a workstation. Crafting table, as it were. 5 upside down stairs on each side. Because it's Minecraft and upside down stairs is the closest thing we're going to get to a curve. And then we'll also use slabs as part of the transitions. Okay, I put upside down stairs there. That's wrong. You'll see in a moment that I make a correction. Upside down stairs are okay, but I like slabs better. It's up to you which way you want to do it, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take those out and I'm going to use slabs. Just on the outside. Put it in the storage. Okay, that's right on top of the keel beams. And at the end of the keel, we're going to use upside down slabs again to bring it up and out of the water. The great thing too about Viking longships, piece of history here, is if you look at them, they're nearly symmetrical. And what this did is, instead of having to turn the boat around, a Viking ship can actually drive in reverse. They had a mechanism that they could put the sail facing on the other side, so forward or backward. And yeah, because their hull from the stern to the keel was bow to stern, it was symmetrical. So it can go forwards or backwards and navigate easily either direction without having to worry about turning around, which is really handy when you're in a river. Okay. Those, consider that a temporary block. That should be a full block, not a stair. For editing purposes, I do all my video footage and then I do a voiceover later. Continue on with the upside down stairs to give it that nice hull curve. And it should only be 5, not 7. Check my answers. Yeah, it's 5. 5, and then I used a slab, not another stair. So 5 and a slab, not 7. So that should be a slab there, and a slab there, and then the upside down stairs. Oops. Like so. Okay, and then we'll correct the other side, turn that into slabs as well. Now, that's a slab there, and like I said, those inboard stairs, we'll swap it out for full blocks later. A couple of barrels. I don't know, to me it seems like the barrel should be the ship's food stores and supplies. But you put whatever you want in there, because barrels are an excellent storage item. And appropriately, if I put villagers and link them to the ship, they're going to be cartographers with the cartography station, or fishermen with the barrels. And either way, that works well for a boat. A navigator and a fisherman. Okay, there's that. That's got to go. Put the stair here. And again, they're up 1 too close. And then there you can see the chest from the outside. We'll just put full blocks there. Full blocks to give it a little bit of sturdy structure. Now I could have made it like a big ship like the Black Pearl or something. It would have looked really cool, but how do I explain how that thing goes up my tiny little canal into my man-made lake, somehow turns around and comes out? No. It's smaller ships that do that work. Now on the ocean itself, there we can build your colossal warships and sea monsters and everything else, but not here up a river. No. Nice. And a little slab off the bottom. Keep that transition. Now, like a regular European cog or trading ship or warship, it would usually have a big fat back and a narrow point out the front. But with these Viking style ships, like I said, they're nearly symmetrical, which is a completely different style. But because we're stealing from our own human history, we get it. We can see that what's being accomplished, what we're building from. Okay. Again, a little adjustment with the axe of adjustment in our inventory. There we go, Mr. Axe of Adjustment. Adjust that. Oops. Okay. That slab stays. And then there we go. The axe of adjustment. Room for 5 trapdoors on each side. There we go. We'll put them up. And I like the idea of the trapdoors too, because they can raise them or drop them depending on their needs. And gives the hull that nice curved look. Okay. Bring the head and tail up a little bit here. So after your 11 blocks, it's an upside down block and then one straight up. brings it to the water level, continues on out of the water, and then it curves. The tail side we curve in, and the head side we curve out. Like so. And then we might as well hang our lanterns, because we don't want monsters spawning on our builds. So many stairs. These builds, despite being small, it's a whole lot of stairs and upside down stairs. I don't have a build list for you, but it's all dark oak. It's pretty simple. You can do this with probably three stacks of dark oak logs, I think, which is not a lot. And this whole video, including my introduction and everything, is only 24 minutes. So let's say 15 minutes to build this thing, and that's my build. So you guys copying it, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. So upside down stair works until you get dragon heads. Dragon heads look a little better. But until you get that, an upside down stair would be totally fine. Bit of a placeholder. More stairs to polish off the contours. And we're just about done. Okay. So at this point, it's almost done. Just gonna put a couple more accents to elongate the build. Draw out the hull a bit. Take off that bottom stair there, and we'll just stick a block in and then the stair. And then above it a half slab to blend it. Both sides, both ends, 4 times total. There we go. And then, of course, pick up the debris. This is survival mode. Survival mode, you're becomes such a hoarder. Because all these resources, you don't know what build in the future you need it for. Okay. And believe it or not, these ships actually tie into the next phase of the builds, which will be colonizing the end. Because if we're going to colonize the end, we need a way to get resources. Anyway, so the ship itself is done, and now we're just got to add a mast. The ship at the front, I used blue and yellow. This one's going to be red and white. And you don't have to use a stripe pattern, it's whatever your imagination comes up with. Sometimes I like to put like a creeper face or something else in there. Pillager face is another one I used on an earlier build. But whatever you come up with, have fun. I also like asymmetric builds. Asymmetric means it's not the same on both sides, or in this case the top and the bottom are not the same. A sail would have more weight at the bottom than it would at the top unless the wind is blowing full blast on it. So we're going to give it that asymmetric illusion. Top one's 1 block, then 2 blocks, then 3 blocks, and then we're gonna cut sharply back into the mast. It's not an accident, it's on purpose that it's not the same top and bottom. I think it looks much better. And while we're doing this, we can also take the time to add a little bit of rigging. Not necessary, but it's just one of those little things. It's like texturing and whatnot. Optional little add-ons. Because sails would always be held to the mast by ropes and lines. The best we can do right now is some fences to imitate that. To me, this is the best part of Minecraft. What can your imagination come up with? It's not the, like, I want to beat the dragon and I killed the dragon and I want to beat the warden and loot the city. To me, it's what can you create once you have all the blocks at your disposal. That's my favorite part of this game. Release the creativity. And there, that's done. I think that's it. That's the whole ship and the whole mast. Done in less than 20 minutes. Nice. Clean up the odds and ends. Looking good. Looking good. I like it. Aha! Ready to take our adventures beyond our base and colonize the end. Yes, yes, that's coming soon. Give you another view from up above. And in the big picture, the ships really aren't huge, but they do add a missing piece to our story. And that is our base reaches out and goes further. How does it reach out? By sea. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm just, oh man, this guy behind me, man. Just trying to do an outro scene, and I got a stupid traitor, and this long. Maybe if I stick my head in the way. Okay, there, he's gone. So, thanks for joining me. I'm just, that guy, man. Hey, it's a video game. Don't photobomb me, dude. Dude, no. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my outro. Get out of my outro. Frickin' laws. I'll have to fix that boat in a minute too. Hey traitor, I know you're over there, but don't even think of coming over here. Okay. So before we were interrupted there, I was saying, thanks for joining me. I'm Mr. McSquare. Bye-bye.